आचार्यमुपसंगम्य
राजा वचनमब्रवीत् पश्यैतां पाण्डुपुत्राणाम् आचार्य महतीं च मूम् व्यूढान् द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येण धीमता अत्र शूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुन समायुधि युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः दृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान् पुरुजित् कुन्तिभोजश्च शैब्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः युधामन्युश्च विक्रान्त उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान् सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथाः अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तान्निबोध द्विजोत्तम नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि ते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितम् पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य संजनयन् हर्षं
तस्य संजनयन् हर्षं
कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः
कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः
सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः
सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः
शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्
शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्
ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च
ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च
पणवानकगोमुखाः
पणवानकगोमुखाः
सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त
सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त
सशब्दस्तुमुलोऽभवत्
सशब्दस्तुमुलोऽभवत्
ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते
ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते
महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ
महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ
माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव
माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव
दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्मतुः
दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्मतुः
पाञ्चजन्यं ऋषिकेशो
पाञ्चजन्यं ऋषिकेशो
देवदत्तं धनञ्जयः
देवदत्तं धनञ्जयः
पौण्ड्रं दध्मौ महाशङ्खम्
पौण्ड्रं दध्मौ महाशङ्खम्
भीमकर्मावृकोदरः
भीमकर्मावृकोदरः
अनन्तविजयं राजा
अनन्तविजयं राजा
कुन्तीपुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः
कुन्तीपुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः
नकुलः सहदेवश्च
नकुलः सहदेवश्च
सुघोषमणिपुष्पकौ
सुघोषमणिपुष्पकौ
काश्यश्च परमेश्वासः
काश्यश्च परमेश्वासः
शिखण्डी च महारथः
शिखण्डी च महारथः
Jai Shri Krishna to all. Welcome to this extra class session of Gītā Pathik. This is the first in the series. We are going to cover the first chapter, first adhyay. Before starting the recitation, let us start with the prayer. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kausachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna to all. First I will be covering the total adhyay, first adhyay. Then there will be some information input on the Gītā Pathik exam, how it is going to happen, what are the key feature points, and then I will be ready with the question answer sessions. Whoever has any question, they can raise the hands in the last session. Okay. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Shrimad Bhagavad Gītā Atha Prathamodhyayaha. Like always we are reciting, it should be Shri, it is not Sri. S-H-R-I, Shri, or it is already given in the slide. Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Shri, Ma, Ne, they are long to be recited. Shrimad Bhagavad Gītā, again Shri, it will be recited as a Shri, not Sri. Atha Prathamodhyayaha. There is a stress on the tha. th. Mo is dirgha, but it has avagra, so it has to be prolonged further. Atha prathamodhyayaha. Next slide, please. Dhritarashtra uvacha. Dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta Mamakah Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. Dharmakshetre kurukshetre. There are 4 stresses. Kshetre, kshetre. They all are long. We have to recite. Others are short. So we have to do justice with the short and the long, so that the next person will be able to understand it is really we are reciting as a long. There is a stress on ma, m, s, then again r and s. Dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha. Samaveta. Veta. These are the 2 long letters to be recited in this charan. Yuyutsavaha. We have to ensure that we clearly pronounce Yuyutsavaha, and Visarga is ending with Yuyutsavaha, ya Yuyutsavaha. Anything is acceptable to Gita Parivar. Mamakaf Pandavaschaiva. Mamakaf. Ma, ka, pa, va, and chai. These are the long to be recited. The visarga to be pronounced as F. Just we have to release some air from our mouth. Mamakaf Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. The last charan does not have anything to be recited long. All are short reciting. And Sanjaya means there is a joint letter of Ya and Ja. So we have to ensure we pronounce it as Sanjaya, not Sanjay. So that difference, I hope by this time it would have been clear to all of you. Next slide, please. Sanjaya uvacha. Drishtva tu Pandavanikam vyudhan duryodhanastada acharyam raja vachanam abravit. Here also we have to focus clearly on which are the long, which are the short, and what is the stress where it is given. Drishtva tu Pandavanika. It is first letter is made of the and ru, dhru, not the and r, not d and r. Drishtva tu Pandavanikam. Since there are 3 consonants in the second letter, Drishtva, so there will not be any stress given or provided in the PDF, but it is a natural stress that will come when we recite. Drush, that half sh we have to recite along with Dhru, then ta, and then va. Va is full. Drishtva tu Pandavanikam. Again, va, pa, va, ni. These 4 are long to be recited. Others are short. Drishtva tu Pandavanikam vyudhan duryodhanastada. The beauty is that if it is almost alternate or long one, we will be able to recite in a rhythm, a cyclic rhythm. View 2 letters we can select. Vyudhan duryodhanastada. Vyu, yo, da. These are the 3 to be recited long. Acharyam Acha. These are the 2 to be recited long. Acharya mupasangamya. Since the next letter is Ga, the anuswar of Sa is converted into the Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga. That is the Anunasik of Ka series. Acharyam upasangamya, and sangamya, when we recite, the ma is half, ya is full. So it has to end with ya. Acharyam upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. Raja Vachanam Abravit. There is a stress on ma because the next joint letter is of ba and ra. And V is long again, Raja V. When in Sanskrit we pronounce Raja, we like Jahaj. The J has to be pronounced with little bit hard pronunciation, not light. Raja Vachanam Abravit. Ja and Cha. In Sanskrit particularly, we have to remember they have to be pronounced slightly harder than in other languages like Marathi or Hindi. Raja Vachanam Abravit. Yeah, next slide, please. Pashyaitam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatin Chamum Vyudhan Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. Pashyaitam. Pash, the half letter we can spell out along with pa. Then we can spell out yai. Pashyaitam Panduputranam. Here again, yai, ta, pa, tra, na. 5 are the long letters. Why I am insisting on differentiating between short and long is that when you recite in a rhythm, you should be able to see that you are stretching the long letters extra. That will give you a positive score. Pashyaitam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatin Chamum. Acharya Mahatin Chamum. Here again, next letter is Cha. So the Anuswar of T is to be pronounced as Ya, the Anunasik of Cha series. Acharya Mahatin Chamum Vyudhan Drupada Putrena. Vyudhan, again both are long and Tre is long in this charan. Others we can recite as a fast local. Vyudhan Drupada Putrena. You can just see I am stretching Tre as compared to other all 5 letters. Vyudhan Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. Tava Shishyena. Shishyena you can pronounce. Shishyena also you can pronounce. That is also okay. It is called as Dvirukti of Sha. Tava Shishyena Dhimata. Again, Dhi and Ta and Ye. These are the 3 to be recited long. Yeah, next please. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharatha. Atra Shura Maheshwasa. There is a slight difference in my pronunciation when I say Shura and Maheshwasa. The half letter has to be pronounced with the tongue going inside and you are releasing some air. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi. In first charan, again Shura He Vasa. These are the 5 long letters. In second charan, Bhima Ma. These are the 3 long letters. Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha. Yuyudhano Viratascha. Both you are short, Dha No are long. Dha No Ra. These are the 3 longs to be stretched. Yuyudhano Viratascha. I am giving the stress on Ta as well as Cha because the next letter is Dru. So that half the I have to spell out along with Cha. Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharatha. Drupadascha Maharatha. Again the letter shown as small, that is ch, is full and sh is short. Drupadascha Maharatha, sh is halant, I would say. So I find out there are three type of letters: halanta, short, and long. The halanta is means half letter. Short means which has to be spelled out normally. Long means which has to be spelled out with extra space. And vitavagra means double extra space. Yuyudhano viratascha drupadascha maharatha. Next, please. Drushtaketushchekitanah kashirajascha viryavan urujit kunti bhojascha shaibyascha narapungavaha. Drushtaketushchekitanah. Drushta. Here K, Che, Ta. These are the three long letters. Otherwise, all are other short. And the visarga to be pronounced as kha means we have to just release air while pronouncing kha. Drushtaketushchekitanah kashirajascha viryavan. In second charan, ka, ra, vi, va. These are the four long letters. Kashirajascha viryavan. And while pronouncing the half ra along with V, we have to first give the stress on spelling it out wrongly with the long stress, and then the rafar will come. We should not compromise the long pronunciation of V at the cost of spelling out the rafar. First priority is only long, then rafar will come. Kashirajascha viryavan purujit kunti bhojascha. Though it is a 8-letter full charan, Urujit, we have to spell out the half ta along with G. Then we can spell out Kunti and Bhojascha. 3 to 3. Urujit Kunti Bhojascha, and Kunti T is short. So again we have to immediately spell out Bho, and Bho we have to stress extra. Urujit Kunti Bhojascha Shaibyascha Narapungavaha. Shaibyascha. Here we have to ensure we don't recite Shaibyascha. It is Shai. There are two matras on Sha. Shaibyascha. And Ya is full here. Ba is half, Ya is full. Shaibyascha. Cha also has to be spelled out full. Shaibyascha narapungavaha. Again here, Ga is full and Ga is only anuswar of pu, which has been converted into half letter. So it is a joint letter of nga and ga. That's why there is a stress on pu. Shaibyascha narapungavaha. Next slide, please. Yudhamanyuscha vikranta uttamaujascha viryavan Saubhadro Draupadeyascha Sarva Eva Maharathaha. Yudha Manyuscha Vikranta. 232. We should break like that. Yudha Manyuscha Vikranta. Again here Dha and Ka. These are the two letters which are to be stressed extra. Yudha Manyuscha Vikranta Uttamaujascha viryavan. Uttamaujascha. We should not say Uttam, otherwise we will lose the rhythm, will not be able to spell out correctly. Utta, there are two T there. So Utta, it is a Dvirukti, what we call it as. We are going to spell out the two times. Ut and then Ta again. Uttamaujascha viryavan. Again viryavan, the priority is for long V, and then we have to say rafar of Ya. Uttamaujascha viryavan Saubhadro Draupadeyascha. Saubhadro Draupadeyascha. Here also the first priority for first Dro is reciting long, then Aghat will come. If Aghat comes mild, no issue, but we should not compromise and recite Dro short. Saubhadro Draupadeyascha. Dro Draudeya. These are the 5 long letters we have to recite here. Saubhadro Draupadeyascha. Sarva eva maharathaha. Sarva eva maharathaha. Simple letters, but A, Ha and Tha. These are the 3 long letters we have to recite. The visarga of Tha is Ha, not Ha. For single like Maharatha, it can be Ha or Ha, but Maharatha, when it is given, it has to be only Ha. Sarva eva maharatha. You have to stress, you have to spell out A also long. Saubhadro Draupadeyascha. Sarva eva maharatha. Next, please. Asmakantu vishishtaye tanni bodhadvijottama. Nayaka mama sainyasya saidnyarthan tan bravimite. Asmakan tu vishishtaye. Here the anuswar of ka has to be pronounced as na, n, but all small. So again 2 we have to immediately jump on. 2 also small, so we have to jump on V. V and she also small, so we have to jump on sha. Shta. As here ma and ta and ye. These are the 3 long letters. Asmakantu vishishtaye. Asmakantu vishishtaye. You have to shift your tongue from she to shta. You have to just fold it inside while spelling out half sh. Asmakantu vishishtaye tanni bodhadvijottama. Tanni bodhadvijottama. Here ni is also short. Ta, bo, jo. These are the 3 long letters. So when we say bo long, then the when we say, we have to stress for the next joint letter of the and va. So that will be the bodhad. We have to spell out. Tanni bodhadvijottama. Nayaka mama sainyasya. Nayaka mama sainyasya. Naka and Sai, these are the 3 long letters here to remember. Nayaka mama sainyasya, both ya along with na and along with sa has to be pronounced full. Na and sa, they are half. Nayaka mama sainyasya saidnyarthan tan bravimite. Saidnyarthan, here it is a joint letter of ya and dnya. In regional language, when we pronounce dnya, it can be jnya, it can be gya, or it can be dnya. All are acceptable to Gītā Parivar. So there we should not worry. If I am a Hindi sider, if I spell out not like Saidnyarthan, then will it be okay? So it is okay. As per the regional language, whatever you have been taught, you are free to pronounce the dnya in that way. It can be jnya, half j. People attach before calling it as dnya, jnya. In Maharashtra, it will be dnya, D-N-Y-A, or in Hindi sider, it will be gya, saigyarthen, saigyarthan tan bravimite. And anuswar ya has to be pronounced in the same fashion what we pronounce as cha series anunasik. Cha cha ja ja. Saidnyarthan tan bravimite. Here dnya and ta, vi and te. These are the 4 long to be recited. When we say ta, after reciting it long, then the na has to be pulled from bra. Saidnyarthan tan bravimite. When we say bravimite, V has to be pronounced differentiated from the me. Saidnyarthantan bravimite. V to be long, me to be short. Saidnyarthantan bravimite. Yeah, next slide, please. Bhavan Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Krupascha Samitinjayah Ashwathama Vikarnascha Saumadattistathaivacha. Here lot of joint letter of sh and ch is there. So by this time we would know how it has to be pronounced. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha. Cha in Sanskrit is just like and. So Bhima and Karna like that. Then and Krupa and then Samitinjaya. Vikarnascha, Vikarna and Saumadattishu. So I'm not going to tell you the meaning as such, but just I have to give the clarity. Bhavan, here again Va to be pronounced long, then only Na to be pulled. Bhiyo to be pronounced long, then Sha to be pulled. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Krupascha Samitinjayah. Second charan, nothing long, all short. Krupascha Samitinjayah. Ashwathama Vikarnascha. Thama. These are only too long. Ashwathama Vikarnascha. Saumadattis tathaivacha. Saumadattis. Dattis means one half the we are spelling out along with the and again ti. Saumadattis tathaivacha. And when we say ti, we have to again pull the sa from next joint letter. Saumadattis tathaivacha. Next, please. Anye cha bhavashura madarthe tyakta jivitaha nana shastra praharana sarve yuddha visharadaha. Anye cha bhavashura. The visarga of va will pronounce as sh because next letter is sh. So it is just passing the air through your mouth. Ye, shu, ra, these are the three long. Anye cha bhavashura. Anye cha bhavashura. In the same breath, we have to say bhavashura. Automatically, the breath will it will pronounce as sh. Anye cha bhavashura. Madarthe tyakta jivitaha. Madarthe tyakta jivita. 3 to 3. And when we say Madarthe, we have to stretch it, then the next agat of ta will come. And G, ta, the, G, ta, these are the three long letters we have to pronounce. Madarthe tyakta jivitaha. Nana shastra praharnas. Nana, na. These are the three long letters. When we say shastra, we have to put the stress of pa because next letter is the joint letter of pa and ra. Nana shastra praharnas. When we have to put the stress of pa, just close your lips. It will automatically come as stress of pa. Nana shastra praharnas. Here the visarga will have to be pronounced as sa because next letter is sa. Nana shastra praharnas. Sarve yuddha visharadaha. Sarve yuddha visharadaha. Again, ve, sha and da. These are the three long letters. Sarve yuddha visharadaha. And yuddha means the half and the full. We should not get confused with the small letter shown as the and full letter is shown as the. The is always half in yuddha and the is full. Sarve yuddha visharada. Visharada. Sarve yuddha visharada. Okay, next slide. Aparyaptan tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam paryaptan tvidame tesham balam bhīmābhirakshitam aparyaptam tadasmakam. Here ya and ma, these are the two only long letters, but there is a stress on ya as well as the, because next two are joint letters. The both letters ending first four letters and second four letters, the anuswar is changing from first na to mo. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam. Here again, bhi, there is a stress of sh, ra, there is a stress of ka. So bhi, you have to first pull it straight, say it long, then only stress will come. Balam bhishmabhirakshitam. Unlike on the ra, the stress of ka will come immediately because ra is small letter akaranta, not akaranta. Balam bhishmabhirakshitam. Bhirakshitam. All bhi and chi next are small, so only bhi and ma, they are only long letters in this charan. Paryaptam tvidame. Paryapta word we are knowing very well. Paryaptam tvidame tesham. Since there is anuswar on ta, there will not be any stress because of ta and was joint letter of next letter, but it will be pronounced like paryaptan. Tan means you have to give like a bell ringing in the, I would say, temple. These all anuswar, anunasiks, they are so nicely worded. We have to see that we pronounce them in such a way that it is like a bell ringing in the temple. Paryaptam tvidame tesham. Here, ya, me, te, sha. They are four long letters. And sha, we have to pronounce by folding the tongue inside. Paryaptam tvidame tesham balam bhīmābhirakshitam. The first charan was second charan was ending with Bhishma Bhirakshitam. The fourth charan is Bhima Bhirakshitam. Keep knowing the difference. Balam Bhima Bhirakshitam. Again here the same rule. B we have to stress long, and ra, when we put the stress, it has to be immediately taken. Balam Bhima Bhirakshitam. Next slide, please. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagamavasthitaha bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavantas sarva evahi. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha, first ayaneshu cha sarveshu. Here ne and ve, they are only two long letters, otherwise everything is short, so we have to just move fast. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu. Again, shu, while pronouncing, you have to fold your tongue inside, allow some air to get released. It will automatically get the pronunciation of sh. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagamavasthitaha. Tha, ma, ta, they are long letters. Yatha bhagamavasthitaha bhishmameva bhirakshantu. Bhishma. Again, B we have to pronounce, then aghat stress has to be taken for sure. Bhishma meva bhirakshantu. Bhi meva. They are the three long, otherwise everything is short. That's why rakshantu, the stress will come very fast. Bhishma meva bhirakshantu. Kshantu. Bhavantas sarva evahi. Here only A is long, otherwise everything is short. Bhavantas sarva evahi. Next slide, please. Tasya sanjanayan harshang kuru vruddhah pitamahaha simhanadam vinadyochaish shankhan dadmau pratapavan. Tasya sanjanayan harshang. Here sanjanayan, nayan no halanta, and then how we have to spell out. Tasya sanjanayan harshang. Nayana harshang nahi hai. It is not a nayan no harshang because no is half. Tasya sanjanayan harshang. And the anuswar of sh will be ka, kha, ga, gha, nga because next letter is ka. Ka series anunasik. Tasya sanjanayan harshang. Kuru vruddha pita mahaha. Kuru vruddha pita mahaha or mahaha, anything is okay. Here, except ta, everything is short. Kuru vruddha pita mahaha. Simhanadam vinadyochaish. Simha. Here, automatically the simu, our lips will get folded to round version. Simha. When we say simha, not siha. Simhanadam vinadyochaish. Simhanadam vinad. Now there is a stress for the and ya letter and it is pronounced as dyo. Again dyo, next letter is chai. But since they are repeating, there will not be any stress shown in the PPT, but it will be a natural stress. Simhanadam vinadyochaish. Dyochaish. Simhanadam vinadyochaish. Shankhan dadmau pratapavan. Shankhan dadmau pratapavan. The last na is half. But here, when we say mau, it has to be first extra straight for the long letter, then the stress will come. Shankhan dadmau pratapavan. Shankhan dadmau pratapavan. Next slide, please. Tata shankhascha bhairyascha panavaanakago mukhaha sahasaivaabhyahanyanta sashabdastumulo bhavat. Tata shankhascha bhairyascha. Again, the joint letter of sh and ch we have to remember always. Tata shankhascha. This is again the anuswar of sh got converted to nga because the next letter is kha. Tata shankhascha bhairyascha. Bhairyascha. Bhe to be pronounced long, then rafar of ear to be taken. Tata shankhascha bhairyascha panavanaka go mukhaha. Panavanaka. No and ka to be pronounced full. Va, go, kha. They are the three long letters. Panavanaka go mukhaha. Sahasaivaabhyahanyanta. Sahasaivaabhyahanyanta. There are three stresses shown. Va, ha and ya. Sahasaivaabhyahanyanta. Sashabdastumulo bhavat. In the third charan, sai, va, they are the two long letters. When we say hanyanta, we have to see that ta is spelled out fully, not halanta. Sahasaivaabhyahanyanta sashabdastumulo bhavat. Sashabdastumulo bhavat. Only lo is long and lo has avagra, so it has to be further pronounced long. Sashabdastumulo bhavat. Next slide, please. Tatashvetairhayair-yukte mahatisyandane sthitau madhavah pandavaschaiva divyau shankhau pradadmatuhu. Tatashvetairhayair-yukte. Here both shvetai and hayai has to be pronounced long, then the rafar half ra we have to pronounce. Here shve, tai, yai and te, they are the four long letters. Tata shve tair hayair yukte mahatisyandane sthitau. Mahatis, because T is short, we can immediately take the stress of next half letter. Syandane, se also we can take the stress of na. But ne, we have to pull and then take the stress of so. Mahati Syandane Sthitau. Sthitau. Te and Tau, they are only two long letters in this charan. Mahati Syandane Sthitau. Madhavav Pandavaschaiva. Again here Ma Pa Chai, they are the three long. Madhavav Pandavaschaiva. Divyau Shankhau Pradadmatuhu. Divyau again long, Vyau. Shankhau again Khau long. Khau, after pronouncing long, then the stress of Pa will come. And on the stress of Dha will come. Ma has to be spelled out fully. Divyau Shankhau Pradad Matuhu. Pradad Matuhu. Next slide, please. Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattan Dhananjayaha Poundran Dadmau Mahashankham Bhimakaramabrukhodaraha. Panchajanyam. Again, Ya and Cha joint letters, so Pa will have stress, Ja will have stress. Pa to be pronounced long, then stress to be taken. Pa, Shi, Ke, Sho. Four long letters are there in this charan. Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattan Dhananjayaha. Only De is long, otherwise you can move fast. Devadattan Dhananjayaha. Dhananjayaha. Ya and Ja, this is the joint letters, that's why there is a stress on Na. Poundran Dadmau Mahashankham. Poundran Dadmau. Pau, Mau, Ha. These are the three long letters. Poundran. Poundran. It is Na, Da, Ra and Anuswar Na. Poundran. First stress the pound. Pau because it is a long letter. Poundran Dadmau. Dadmau. Mahashankham. Mahashankham. Again, the Sh Anuswar has got converted to Nga, Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga, Nga, because next letter is Kha. Poundran Dadmau Mahashankham Bhimakaramabrukhodaraha. Bhimakaramabrukhodaraha. Bhi stress, to be stretched, Ma to be stretched, Ko to be stretched. Next slide, please. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakulas Sahadevascha Sughosha Manipushpakau. Ananta Vijayam Raja. Here Ra and Ja, they are the long. That's why you can move first six letter fast. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha. Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha. Tiptro, they are long letters. Nakulas Sahadevascha Sughosha Manipushpakau. Third charan, only De is long letter, otherwise everything is short. Sughosha, Shatkon, this Sh has to be pronounced by taking the tongue inside. Sughosha Manipushpakau. Go and Kau, they are the long letters. Next slide, please. Kashyascha Parameshvasash. Kashyascha Parameshvasash Shikhandi cha Maharatha. Drushtadjumno Viratascha Satyakischa Parajitaha. Kashyascha. Both joint letters have half Sh. Kashyascha. So Cha has to be also pronounced full. Paramesh, here the Sh is changing. Vasash. So again the Visarga has to be pronounced as Sh. So it is a quite exercise to tongue. Kashyascha Parameshvasash Shikhandi cha Maharatha. D is only long, otherwise everything is short. Drushtadhyumno Viratascha. Drushtadhyumno. Here Ma half, no full. Drushtadhyumno Viratascha. First three letters have the stress. Drushtadhyumno Viratascha Satyakishchaparajitaha. Satyakishchaparajitaha. Sa, cha, ra. They are the three long letters. Satyakishchaparajitaha. Next, please. Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvashah Prithivipate Saubhadrascha Mahabahush Shankhan Dadmuh Pruthak Pruthak. Quite exercise to tongue. Please see in the first chapter, lot of tongue twisters are there. Drupado Draupadeyascha. Again, do has to be first stretched, then stressed. Drupado Draupadeyascha, do Draudeya. They are the four long letters. Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvashah Prithivipate. Here only V and T are to be stretched, being long. Sarvashah Prithivipate. Saubhadrascha Mahabahush. Saubhadrascha Mahabahush. Here, sau, ha, ba, they are the three long letters. The visarga to be pronounced as half sh. Just release the air while concluding hu. Saubhadrascha Mahabahush Shankhan Dadmuh Pruthak Pruthak. Shankhan, kha is long, only that long letter. Shankhan Dadmuh Pruthak Pruthak. Mu visarga has to be pronounced as f for half for. Sh again the anuswar has got converted to no because kha is there. Shankhan Dadmuh Pruthak Pruthak. Pruthaka Pruthaka nahi bolna. Pruthak Pruthak because the ka is halant. Shankhan Dadmuh Pruthak Pruthak. Yeah, next please. Saghoshodhartarashtraणam Hridayani Vyadarayat Nabhascha Prithivīņcaiva Tumulo Vyanunadayan. Saghoshodhartarashtraणam. Ghoshodharatrana. 6 letters are long except sa and ta. Saghoshodhartarashtraणam Hridayani Vyadarayat. Hriday, we call it in normal listing, Hriday. In Hindi, Hriday ya Ri, that is also acceptable. That people should not worry about that. Hridayani Vyadarayat. Ni short, so again Vya straight has to come along with Ni. Hridayani Vyadarayat. Nabhascha Prithivīņcaiva. V and Chai, they are only long. So while pronouncing V long, you have to just see that the anuswar is taken as ya anunasik of cha series. Nabhascha Prithivīņcaiva Tumulo Vyanunadayan. Again, when we say low, it has to be first stretched, then stressed for Vya. Lo and Na, they are only two long letters. Tumulo Vyanunadayan. Yeah, next slide please. Atha vyavasthitan drushtva dhartarashtran kapidvajaha pravrutte shastra sampate dhanurudyamya pandavaha. Atha vyavasthitan drushtva. You have to put the stress on tha while pronouncing vya. Again, stress on va, stress on ta. Atha vyavasthitan drushtva. Here, I do not know whether stress will come on ta or not. Since it is given, I am telling. But if you ask me, it is na, the, and ru. So maybe it will be, since it is only na and the, two consonants are there, that's why the stress will come. What they are given is correct. I stand corrected. Any swar, even if it is there, there should not be any issue. the stress can be for two consonant only, not vowel and one consonant. अथ व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः. Dhartra, normally we make a mistake. We should not pronounce Dhartra. It is only Dharta. Dhartarashtran kapidvajah. Pravrutte shastra sampate. Pravrutte. Here, va and ru, that's why there will not be any stress on pra. And since double letter is there next, so again stress will not be there on ru. Pravrutte, because that is a normal flow, you cannot spell out without any stress. Pravrutte shastra sampate. Only pa and te, pa, te, they are the three long letters. Pravrutte shastra sampate. Dhanurudyamya pandavaha. Dhanurudyamya. Da and ya makes dia, ma and ya makes mya. So that's why the two stresses are shown. Dhanurudyamya pandavaha. Next slide, please. ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते. अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत. ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम. Here only we have to differentiate Rishi and Kesha. ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम. Shi, Ke, Da, Va. They are four long letters. ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम. Idamaha mahipate. Mahite. They are the three long letters. Idamaha mahipate. Arjuna uvacha. Senayorubhayor madhye. Senayorubhayor madhye. Senayor, we should not spell out. The moment we spell out Senayor, that means we are making it half. So take a pause at yo, then Rubhayo. When you say Rubhayo, stress it and then connect it with the half, rafar of next letter. Senayorubhayor madhye. Senayorubhayor madhye. Ratham sthapayamechyuta. Ratham sthapayamechyuta. Stha and me, they are too long, but me is extra long. Ratham sthapayamechyuta. Next, please. Yavadetan niriksheham yodhukamanavasthitan kairmaya sa yodhavyam asmin ranasamudyame. Yavadetan niriksheham. Ya, Deta, Ri, She. There are five long letters. So when you say Ta, then after stressing it, after stretching it, stress it for the next no, half no. Yavadetan niriksheham. Yavadetan niriksheham. Yodhu kamanavasthitan. Yodhu kamanavasthitan. Here the is half. Yodhu. So immediately don't have a pause at yod. Immediately spell out dhu. Yodhu kamanavasthitan. Kairmaya saha yodhavyam. Kairmaya saha yodhavyam. Kaiya yo. They are the three long letters. Kairmaya saha yodhavyam. Yodhavyam. Again stress on yo and the. Kairmaya saha yodhavyam asmin ranasamudyame. Up to May, it is all small, so we should move fast. Asmin ranasamudyame. Next, please. Yotsyamanan viksheham ya ete trasamagataha dhartarashtrasya durbuddher yuddhe priyachikirshavaha. Yotsyamanan viksheham. Yo mana vekshe. There are five plus she is extra long. योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहं य एतेऽत्र समागताः. Ete mata, there are 4 long letters. Te you have to extra, make it extra long, and again then you have to pull it the from next letter. Ya etetra samagataha. Ya etetra samagataha. Dhartarashtrasya durbuddher. Dhartarashtrasya durbuddher. Here du and bu are small, so immediately we have to spell out. And durbuddher, when we say they long, then we have to spell out the visarga as half ra. Dhartarashtrasya durbuddher yuddhe priyachikir shavaha. Again, yuddhe, we have to stretch it long, then again you take the stress of po. Yuddhe priyachikir shavaha. Next, please. Sanjaya uvacha evamukto ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्. Sanjaya uvacha, again Sanjaya. Eva mukto ऋषिकेशो. To she kesho, 4 and a also 5 letters are long. First she is to be folded inside. Eva mukto ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत. Gudakeshena, da, keshe and bha, they are long letters. Gudakeshena bharat senayorubhayor madhye. Senayorubhayor madhye. When we spell out charan, senayorubhayor madhye we can say, but when we spell out full line, we have to take the stress of next sa, half sa, along with dhe. Senayorubhayor madhye sthapayitva rathottamam. But give priority for spelling out long. Ye, we have to spell out long. Then the stress of sa has to come. Senayorubhayor madhye sthapayitva rathottamam. If we spell out in single breath, the stress will be much better. Senayorubhayor madhye sthapayitva rathottamam. Next slide, please. Bhishmadrona pramukhatas sarveshaincha mahīkshitāṃ uvacha partha pashyaitān samavetān kuru niti. Bhishmadrona pramukhatas. Bhidro, they are only 2 long letters, so they have to be stretched extra. Bhishmadrona pramukhatas. Again, the visarga has to be pronounced as sa because next letter is sa. And when we say the stretch on no, just close your lip. Bhishmadrona pramukhatas sarveshaincha mahīkshitāṃ. Sarveshaincha mahīkshitāṃ. Vesha hi ta. Therefore have to be stretched extra. We have to do justice with the long letter and short letter while pronouncing. Sarveshaincha mahīkshitāṃ uvacha partha pashyaitān. Uvacha partha vapa yaita. There are 4 long letters. Uvacha partha pashyaitān samavetān kuru niti. Ve and ta, only 2 are long, and ru is also long. Please understand the difference between ru written as short or long. You will see in the next slide, I will be able to show you. Here ru is long. Samavetān kuru niti. Next, please. Tatra pashyat sthitan parthah pitru natha pitamahan acharyan matulan bhratrun putran pautran sakhims tatha. This shlok is important from the exact pronunciation as well as the long and short pronunciation. Tatra pashyat sthitan partha. This is how we have to spell out. All three charans are single letter, comprising of 8 this thing. Tatra pashyat sthitan partha. Tra, ta, pa. They are 3 long letters. Tatra pashyat sthitan partha. Parthaf. Tatra pashyat sthitan parthaf. Pitru natha pitamahan. Here, when you see 2 C letters bottom pitru, that means it is a long letter. If it is only single C at the bottom of the, then it is a short. So pitru, stress it, that through we have to stress extra. Pitru natha pitamahan. So through, ta, ha, they are the 3 long letters. Acharyan matulan bhratrun. Here only 2 is short. Otherwise everything is long in this charan. Acharya matla bhratru. Acharyan matulan bhratrun. Again through is long. Acharyan matulan bhratrun. Putran pautran sakhims tatha. Putran pautran, again tra, pautra, khi, tha. 5 letters are long. Putran pautran sakhims tatha. Sakhims tatha. Okay, next please. Shashuran surudaschaiva senayorubhayorapi tan samikshasya kaunteyas sarvan bandhunavasthitan. Shvashuran surudaschaiva. Shvashuran, ra and chai, they are the long letters, otherwise all 6 are small. Shvashuran surudaschaiva senayorubhayorapi. Here the ru is small compared to that. If you can remember, the difference between writing ru here and the other one was shown as long. So please understand that difference. Senayorubhayorapi. Here you can move to bha immediately. Tan samikshasya kaunteyas. Tan samikshasya. Not tan samikshasa. Tan samikshasa means there is no ya present. So tan samikshasya kaunteyas sarvan bandhuna vasthitan. Sarvan bandhuna vasthitan. Va, dhu, ta. They are the 3 long letters. Sarvan bandhuna vasthitan. Next please. Just a minute. Krupaya paraya vishto vishidanidamabravit. Arjuna uvacha drushtve swajanam krishna yuyutsum samupasthitam. Krupaya paraya vishto. All letters are simple. Ya, to. They are the 3 long letters. There is trace on V. Krupaya paraya vishto vishidanidamabravit. Here she and V, they are long letters. Vishidan. So you have to say dan, then nidamabravit. Vishidanidamabravit. Arjuna uvacha drushtve Drushtve. Here shirt, all are small, but va is full. Means both are halanta, sh and ta. Va is full. The and ru is dru. Drushtve swajanam krishna. Swajanam. The anuswar has to be pronounced as ga because next ka is coming. Drushtve swajanam krishna Yuyutsum samupasthitam. All three are small letters first. Yuyutsum samupasthitam. Next five also small. There is no long letter in this charan. Next slide, please. सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखैञ्च परिशुष्यति वेपथुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते. सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि. C has to be stretched extra because it is a long letter. Ga and tra, they are long letters. सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखैञ्च परिशुष्यति. Here not a single letter is long, all are small. Mukhaincha parishushati. Vepathuscha sharire me. Here again vepathuscha, cha has to be pronounced full. Re, re, me, they are long letters, and ve also is long. Vepathuscha sharire me. Roma harshascha jayate. Roma harshascha jayate. The pronunciation of first sh has to be different than the second half sh. Roma harshascha jayate. Ro, ja, te, they are long letters. Next, please. Gandivam srausate hastat tvakchaiva paridayhate na cha shaknomyavasthatum भ्रमति वच मे मनः. गांडीवम स्रंसते हस्तात्. गाडी te ta. They are four long letters. Gandivam we can pronounce both ga and di. We have to see they are pronouncing long. Gandivam srausate. This sraun is a joint letter of sa and ra. Normally, people get confused with stra also. So it is a sra, not stra, not stra. It is not a joint letter of sa, ta, ra. It is only sa and ra. In Sanskrit, for 1000, it is sra, sahasra, sahasra. Sahasra means it is a wrong pronunciation. So we have to remember where it is ta and ra and sa, or where it is sa and ra only. If it is a single line angle at 30 degree or 45 degree below sa, it is only sa and ra. Gandivam srausate hastat tvakchaiva paridayyate. Tvakchaiva, tvakchaiva, chai and te, they are long letters. Na cha shaknomya vasthatum. Na cha shaknomya. First stretch it to no full, then take the stress of mo. Na cha shaknomyavasthatum, and va we have to pronounce full, so there is already a stress on va. Na cha shaknomyavasthatum Brahmati vachame manaha. Brahmati vachame manaha. Here ti and me only two are long letters. Next, please. Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshav. Na cha shreyo nupashyami hatva svajanamahave. Nimittani cha pashyami. Ta and ya only two long letters, so I am moving fast. Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshav. Rita ke, they are only long, otherwise everything is short. Na cha shreyo nupashyami. There is a stress on cha for sure. There is a stress on pa for sure again. Here shre, yo, ya. They are three long letters, but yo further extra long. Na cha shreyo nupashyami hatva svajanamahave. Hatva, both have stress, but twa we have to first stretch it long, then they take the stress of sa. Hatva svajanamahave. Next, please. Na kangshe vijayam krishna न च राज्यं सुखानि च किन्नो राज्येन गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा न कांक्षे vijayam krishna. Again, since it is a ksha letter, the half ka, so the anuswar of ka has got converted into nga. Ka kha ga gha nga. Na kangshe vijayam krishna. Vijayam krishna. Na cha rajyam sukhani cha. Here only kha is long, otherwise everything is short. Kinno rajyena govinda. Kinno. We have to take the half no along with ki, then full no. Kinno rajyena govinda. No rajye, no raye and go, all four are long. Kinno rajyena govinda. Kim bhogair jivitena va. Kim bhogair jivitena va. Here bhogai jite, all four are long letter and plus va last va. Kim bhogair jivitena va. Next please. Yeshamarthe kangshitanno rajyam bhoga sukhani cha ta ime vasthita yuddhe pranaus tyaktva dhanani cha. Yeshamarthe kangshitanno. Yesha the ka no. 5 long letters. Yesha marthe kangshitanno. Here again, kangshitan, the same logic. The anuswar has got converted into nga because ksha is there. Yesha marthe kangshitanno rajyam bhoga sukhani cha. Rajyam bhoga sukhani cha. Here ra, bhoga and kha, they are 4 long letters. Rajyam bhoga sukhani cha. Ta ime vasthita yuddhe. I am taking a pause at yuddhe. First I will explain charan. Ta ime. Me is already long plus avagra is there, so it is extra long. Ta, me, ta and they are long. Ta ime vasthita yuddhe. When we say yuddhe, first give priority for stretching it, then take the stress of pa. Ta ime vasthita yuddhe pranaus tyaktva dhanani cha. Pranaus tyaktva dhanani cha. Prana, va and na. They are 4 long letters. Pranaus tyaktva dhanani cha. Next please. Acharyah pitarah putras tathaiva cha pitamahaः Matula shvashurah pautrash shyalas sambandhinas tatha. Lot of visarga are there. We have to understand how to pronounce, how to twist our tongue. Acharyah pitarah putras. Acharya first, all 3 are long and tra is long. All 3 visarga, fa and sa. Acharya pitarah putras tathaiva cha pitamahaः. Tathaiva cha pitamahaः. Say ha full and then take visarga. Tathaiva cha pitamahaः. Not like tathaiva cha pitamahaः. Tathaiva cha pitamahaः. Okay. Matula shvashurah pautrash. Sha fa sha, all halant. Matula shvashurah pautrash. Ma la ra pautra, all 5 are long. Matula shvashurah pautrash. Shyalas sambandhinas tatha. Shyalas sambandhinas tatha. Next please. Etan hantumichhami gnatopi madhusudana अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतुः किन्नु मही कृते एतान्न हन्तुमिच्छामि eta cha, only three are long. So when you spelled out last me, take the aghat of gha along with it, stress of gha. So then you can spell out natopi very clearly. Etanna hantumichhamig natopi madhusudana. When we say half gha along with me, we can say natopi also, no issue. Etanna hantumichhamig natopi madhusudana. Here su is dirgha along, to is dirgha. Etanna hantumichhamig natopi madhusudana. Api trailokya rajyasya. Both here has to be spelled out. All three here we have to spell it out full. Api trailokya rajyasya hetoh kinnu mahi krute. Hetoh kinnu mahi krute. Here heto are long, ki is short. So when we say kin, we can say immediately no. Hetoh kinnu mahi krute. He and te again long. Next please. निहत्य धार्त राष्ट्रान्नः का प्रीति स्यात् जनार्दन. निहत्य धार्त राष्ट्रान्नः का प्रीति स्यात् जनार्दन. पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान् हत्वैतानाततायिनः. निहत्य धार्त राष्ट्रान्नः, again not धार्त्र राष्ट्रान्नः, निहत्य धार्त Rashtranah. The visarga has to be pronounced as kha. Kapritisya janardanaha. Ka is long, pri is long, sya is long, na is long. In the first charan, dha and ra and ta, they are long. Nihatya dharta rashtranah kapritisya janardanaha. When we stretch ka, give the stress of pa along with that. Kapritisya janardana. Papamevashrayedasman. Pamevaye ma. They are 5 long. Papamevashrayedasman hatvaitanatayinaha. Hatvaitanatayinaha. Everything has to be spelled out fully except half the of hatvai. Hatvaitanatayinaha. Next please. Tasmannarha vayam hantun dhartarashtran swabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinasya madhava. Tasmannarha vayam hantun. Tasma ma naha, they are all long letters, so we have to give extra space. Tasmannarha vayam hantun dhartarashtran swabandhavan. Here also dha, ra, ta, ba, va. 5 letters are long. Dhartarashtran swabandhavan. Swajanam hi katham hatva. Here only va, last letter is long. Swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinasya madhava. Sukhinasya madhava. So we have to spell out here very clearly. Ya and ma both are long. Sukhinasya madhava. Next please. Next slide, please. Mahesh. Yadya. It's okay. Okay, Rashmi, you are sharing. Okay. Yadyapyetena pashyanti lobho pahata chetasaha Kulakshaya krutan dosham mitradrohe cha patakam. Yadyap yete also you can spell out. Yadyap yete also you can spell out. Both are okay. Because if you spell out half P along with the, then you can spell out yete also. Yadyapyete na pashyanti. Here ye and te, two are only long, otherwise everything is short. But there are 4 stresses. Please give it very correctly. Yadyapyete na pashyanti lobho pahata chetasaha. Here lobho che, all are long. There is no joint letter, so it is very simple. Lobho pahata chetasaha. Kulakshaya krutan dosham. Here all except do, everything is short. Kulak, there is a stress on la because ka and sha, there is a joint letter. Kulakshaya krutan dosham mitradrohe cha patakam. Drohe pa, there are 3 long letters. Mitradrohe cha patakam. Yeah, next please. Katha, sorry, I have some throat issues. Kathanadneyamasmabhih papadasman nivartitum kulakshaya krutan dosham prapashyadbhir janardana. Kathanadneya masmabhih. Make it as Kathanadneya masmabhih. Take small pause at here so that you can pronounce ma with stress. But give stress on na because there is a joint letter of nya. Kathanadneya masmabhih papadasman nivartitum. Here, papa, ma, they are long letters. So when you say ma, then pull half na along with it, then nivartitum. Papa dasman nivartitum. Papa dasman nivartitum. Kulakshaya krutan dosham. This is same charan. Kulakshaya krutan dosham. Earlier shloka, it was like that. Prapashyad bhir janardana. Prapashyad bhir janardana. Understand the small and distinct letter, which is half, which is full. The is half here. Prapashyad bhir janardana. Since B is small, we can take the rafar of B next ja letter immediately. Only na is dirgha here. Na is long. Prapashyad bhir janardana. Prapashyad bhir janardana. Next please. Kulakshay pranashyanti kuladharma sanatanaha. Dharme nashte kulang krutsnam adharmo bhavatyuta. Kulakshaye pranashyanti is the simple pronunciation. When we take the stress and when we give the stretch to long letters, it will be Kulakshaye pranashyanti. Ye is long, so we have to first give priority to long and then take the stress of pa. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharma sanatanaha. Kuladharma sanatanaha. This is a simple charan. Dharme nashte kulang krutsnam. Two letters very clearly spelled out. Dharme nashte kulang krutsnam. Mete, they are long, otherwise everything is small. Dharme nashte kulang krutsnam adharamo bhavatyuta. Here only mo is the long letter, but it has avagra, so it is extra long. Adharamo bhavatyuta. Bhavatyuta. Okay, next please. Adharmabhibhavat Krishna. I am giving a slight pause here because just charan wise I am taking. When we spell out full line, we will have to take the pause of stress of next pa also. Adharmabhibhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriyah. Adharmabhibhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriyah. In this full row, ma and va only two are long, otherwise everything is short. Adharmabhibhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriyah. स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय जायते वर्णसंकरः. स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय. Stree is long, so we have to stretch it extra. Ta, va, ne. They are also long. Strishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraha. Jayate, not jayate. There is a difference between jayate and jayate. So we have to always pronounce jayate in Sanskrit. Jayate varna sankaraha. Next, please. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanang kulasya cha patanti pitaro hesham lupta pindo dakakriyaha. Sankaro narakayaiva rokayai, they are long letters. The anuswar of sa got converted into nga because next letter is ka. So ka is full. Please remember Sankaro, and there is a stress on sa because nga is also a consonant, though it is anunasik. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. So whenever that nga is attached to any consonant, the stress will come on the previous letter. Like Vinanti. Vinanti means na half and ta is there. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. Na is anunasik of ta series. But when we say Vinanti, there is a stress on na for next joint letter of na and ta. Similarly here, Sankaro. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanang kulasya cha. Kulag. You pronounce along with la, the half gha. Then nana you can pronounce very clearly. Kulagnanang kulasya cha. But you have to pronounce half gha, then only you can pronounce na. Kulagnanang kulasya cha patanti pitaro hesham. Sorry, patanti pitaro hesham. I stretched the extra. That should not happen. Patanti pitaro hesham. Here ro, he and sha, only three are long to be stretched. Patanti pitaro hesham lupta pindo dakakriyaha. Lupta pindo dakakriyaha. Do and ya, they are only long. Do and ka in between has to be spelled out fully, and ka has to be stressed for next joint letter. Lupta pindo dakakriyaha. Next, please. Doshairetah kulagnanam varna sankarakarakaihi utsadyante jati dharma kuladharmascha shashvataha. Doshairetah, all four are long. Please understand. And na, they are also long. Only ku and la are short in this charan. Doshairetah kulagnanam varna sankarakarakaihi. Here ka and kai only two are long. Varna sankarakarakaihi utsadyante jati dharma sa te ja ma. They are four long letters. Utsadyante jati dharma kuladharmascha shashvataha. Kuladharmascha shashvataha. Ma, sha, ta, they are three long letters. Next, please. उत्सन्न कुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुम उत्सन्न कुलधर्माणां मायना they are only two long letters उत्सन्न कुलधर्माणां उत्सन्न you can pronounce double no there utsanna means half no you are taking out along with sa then nakula you can pronounce clearly utsanna kuladharamanam manushyanai janardana manushyanai janardana yana na they are long the anuswar to be pronounced as ya to be pronounced from nasal effect manushyanai janardana narake niyatam vaso k long va long so long k has extra avagra so extra long narake niyatam vaso bhavati bhavati tyanushruma there is a stress on T, but it is long, so it has to be stretched further, then only the stress will come. Bhavati tyanushruma nu shushru, all we have to pronounce, practice, and last ma has to be spelled out fully. Bhavati tyanushruma. Next, please. Aho batam mahat papang aho bata mahat papang kartum vyavasita vayam yadrajya sukhalobhena hantum svajana mudyataha Aho bata mahat papang. Ho pap. These are the two long letters. Aho bata mahat papang. There is a stress on her for joint letter of ta and pa. The anuswar of pa will be pronounced as nga. Aho bata mahat papang. Kartum vyavasita vayam. Two is short, so again immediately we have to jump on vya. Here only ta, only one long letter. Kartum vyavasita vayam yadrajya sukhalobhena. Both first two letters have a stress for the two next following joint letters. Yadrajya, we have to pronounce as jya because it is joint letter of ja and ya. So ya has to be prominently should be listened by your examiner. Yadrajya sukhalobhena. Dra, lo, bhe. They are the three long letters. Hantum svajana mudyataha. Here only last ta is long. Hantum svajana mudyataha. Next, please. Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtrarane hanyus tanme kshemataram bhavet. Yadi mama pratikaram, only T is, sorry, ma, ti, ka, these are three long letters. There is a stress on ma, so you have to close your lip while after spelling out ma. Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah. Only pa is long letter. Ashastram, here it is satara, three joint letter, not sa and ra, so it is written as like this stra. Now you can understand what is the difference between sra and stra. Ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtrarane hanyus. Again, not dhartra rashtra, it is only dhartarashtra. Dhartarashtrarane hanyus dharatane. These are the four long letters. Tanme kshemataram bhavet. Me, kshe, ve. They are the three long letters. But when you say me long, then only take the stress of ka, next joint letter. Tanme kshem, tanme kshemataram bhavet. Next, please. Sanjaya uvacha एवमुक्त्वार्जुनः संख्ये रथोपस्थ उपाविशत् विसृज्य सशरैः चापं शोकसंविघ्नमानसः. संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वार्जुनः संख्ये. एवा ये, they are three long letters. एवमुक्त्वार्जुनः संख्ये. First give a stretch to a, then pull the rafar of ju. Evamuktvarjuna sankhye rathopastha upavishat. Give a stretch to tho and pa. Rathopastha upavishat. Visrujya sasharain chapam. Visrujya sasharain chapam. Here only cha is long letter, but you have to spell out ya very clearly in Visrujya. Visrujya and Visrujya. If you join two ja, then it will be Visrujya. But if you join ja half and ya, it will be Visrujya. Visrujya sasharain chapam shoka samvignamanasaha. Sho, ma, they are long letters. Shoka samvignamanasaha. Yeah, Pushpika. Om Tatsaditish Shrimad Bhagavad Gītāsu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastresh Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyayaha. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. In this Pushpika, just for your information purpose, the stress wherever they are given, they have to be taken, because we are alone single reciting this Pushpika. Om Tatsaditish. Next joint letter of Sh and R. So Om Tatsaditish Shrimad Bhagavad Gītāsu Upanishadsu. Ba and Ra. Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam. Here half ha and full ma. Always in Sanskrit, when we say Brahma, it is ma only is ending. That we should not have any confusion. Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastresh. Again, next Sh and Ra joint letter. So Yoga Shastresh Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyayaha. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. So sorry, I have taken maybe extra time, but I thought this was important, quite long chapter.
Chapter is also a lengthy one.
Chapter is also lengthy, that's why. I was thinking in 1.5 hours I will complete, but still it was quite long. Nothing wrong. Now I will first give you the input. In the meantime, you can prepare your questions and start raising hands for the queries if at all you have. The Pathik exam will be of 12 chapters. Any 12 chapters you can select. Not necessary that what you have learnt in L1, L2 and L3. Only they are to be taken. You can select any 12 out of 18 chapters. But while filling the form, you have to clearly mention that these are my chapters what I will be selecting for this exam. So that privilege you have in Pathak and Pathik. You don't have any privilege in Gītā Jidnyasu and Gītā Vrati. Jidnyasu will be only on first 3, 12, 15, 16. Vrati will be on all 18. So Pathak you can select any 6. Pathik you can select any 12. So that is first information. though first prayer and the Pushpika is not mandatory, you will not, examiner will not deduct any mark for that reason, but it is for your betterment. If you decide you want to recite the first prayer, decide, but not necessary to repeat in every chapter. You can recite only at once, then you can decide and start with either Sanjay Uvacha, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Arjuna Uvacha, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, or Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. It is up to you. You are at liberty. There will not be any mark deduction. The moment you say Shri Bhagavan Uvacha or Arjuna Uvacha, you are secured for the mark. But don't start with Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre directly. Say Dhritarashtra Uvacha at least. Okay, that is second point. Third point, feel free. Don't take any stress of exam. It is what good work you have done by reciting all the 12 chapters. It is just a sample basis. Some verification is done like audit that you have recited it correctly. Don't take any tension. Because of the tension, lot many times it happens. We have seen, we have observed it in exam. People recite it very perfectly, but at the time of exam, because of the exam fear or exam pressure, they tend to forget. So don't take any kind of stress or tension. Always take deep breath. Recite the previous slok. If you are stuck at one particular charan, just recite first slok, take deep breath, and then you will be able to recollect. I have already told about the regional pronunciations. There should not be any issue, whether it is Jnya, Jnya, or Gya, or Rushi, Rishi. Anything is, whatever as per the regional pronunciation, it is acceptable to Gita Parivar. Examiner will not deduct any mark for that reason, but you have to pronounce that at least perfectly. Like when you are saying Jnya, you should not say Jajnya, Jajnya. J is not full. Or Dnya, Danya, Asane, that we should not say. Gya, or whatever pronunciation in Hindi region we are doing, it should be correct as per that region. Okay. So there should not be any worry about that particular this thing. Feel free, feel confident, and appear in the exam. Whatever the questions you have, please, now I am leaving it open for the question answer session. Whosoever has any particular doubt on any particular chapter, any shlok or this thing, there will be every day we are planning, not every day, but as per the schedule, there will be one separate extra class will happen. Tomorrow also it will happen. Please see that you are joining back for tomorrow's extra class also. I don't know whether, I think third chapter is going to be covered mostly, correct?
Yes, tomorrow is third.
So please see that as per the schedule posted in your group, you are joining the extra class. Yeah, you can unmute those who wants to ask the question or who have a doubt. Pandurang Bhaiya has said, and if put focus on them. I request those who have a question, please put your video on and see that you are audible.
Sir, demo link.
No, demo nahi le sakte. No, demo we cannot take, because then everybody will expect that I should take the demo of his or her. That will be not
okay,
correct.
sir, okay.
I will suggest there is a practice distinct demo app is there in learngita.com where you can practice. It may not give feedback on your pronunciation and this thing, but it will give the at least if you are able to recollect the shloka correctly or not. So just see that once you register yourself, there will be a practice same demo will be available. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, if you have any specific particular pronunciation on this chapter, please feel free to ask. Yeah.
Anybody having any doubts, please raise the hands.
Having no doubt means two things. Either I have taught you very perfectly, or
Yes.
I have not at all taught you perfectly at all.
No, that cannot be the thing. With such an elaborate explanation,
or maybe
I'm sure everybody is now confident.
Exactly. Having come to this level, because almost you are in L4. So you are almost through for all the 18 chapters. So 12 chapters you are appearing. That is great thing. All the best to you, all of you. feel confident and appear in the exam. Okay. Unless we have any queries or questions. Otherwise, more or less, the format remains same. Like Gītā Pathak, the Gītā Pathik exam also will happen in the same way. 12 chapters. The first shloka compulsory without any hint you have to pronounce. Then from first half, middle half, and first, middle, and last session, this thing, whatever the breakup your examiner will do, they will give a hint of one charan. You have to recite that shloka and the next shloka without any hint. Like that, there will be almost 7 shlokas you have to recite every chapter. So there are 84 shlokas you will be asked to recite. The 12 shlokas will be without any hint. And then pronunciation, aghat, visarga, lay, all also
Shall I
will
share
be.
the mark sheet so that you can explain it accordingly? I can share the
Yeah,
mark.
we can. If at all somebody has, you can demonstrate, you can share it, no issue. So Gītā Pathik mark sheet is like this only. I hope you are all familiar with the Pathak mark sheet. It is only extension of 6 more adhyayas. Here only some marks are extra for on lay and ucharan spashtata because it is now the sum of 400. So if Pathak had out of 8, because it was 200, it is 16 because it is out of 400 for lay and lay evam ucharan spashtata. Also there is anuswara visarga shuddhata. There are 5 marks. The chapter numbers are written by default. They are like this, covering L1, L2, L3. But if you are selecting another chapter, that you can tell to your examiner, he will correct it if he is entering the mark sheet. At the time of that, before sending the result, he will correct it. Okay. Otherwise, there is nothing new in this mark sheet also.
So the sequence is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 likewise, or it is
Sequence,
L1, L2?
no,
and then
sequence examiner will decide. A sequence will not be 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sequence examiner will take a call how he would like to go, because normally it happens that 12, 15, 16 and they are this thing. So this is the sequence we have given chronology wise, like 1 to 17. But examiner can start with 3, can start with 6, or can start with anything which he feels that is correct. Okay. Sequence wise, you should not be having any worry, and you should not insist that I want to start with 12 chapter or 15 chapter. That may not be correct. Examiner will decide how he would like to take, which sequence he would like to follow. Okay.
any other questions anybody has, please?
If nobody is having, then we will conclude. Then I will request Rashmi Didi to say last prayer. Yeah.
Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Rajapriyam Dharma Samsthapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes, sure.
And all the best. So we will conclude the meeting. Okay.
Yeah, I'll end it.
Yeah, you can close it. Thank you. Thank you, Rashmi Didi.
Thank you, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Priyanka Didi. She also here was there to assist, but there
Yeah,
were no.
Priyanka Didi, thank you very much.